Hello friends, it's Astro here and welcome back to the Prison Under Pressure where, do you know what? I reckon we're doing okay. I reckon we're doing pretty well. We've got our huge visitation area online. We've got 2 cell blocks up and running now for a total capacity of 132. My goodness me. But this is a bit of a problem because these are all chokers and, as pointed out in the comments by none other than CamDog1990, yeah, we've got a couple of ladies that are stuck out here in reception because there's not enough family cells. But that's okay. That's okay. We can sort them out. Because look, we can go like this. We can zippity-doo-dah. And we'll stretch this all the way up, right? We'll just bring that up to there. It'll take a little while to get that built. But then we can donkey in. And I'll tell you what, we'll quick build a couple out for now. A couple of these here family cells. Like this. And we'll have one like this. Like that. Spiffy. Right, so we'll at least get 2 of those girls in there. And then we can look at expanding that further up and just keeping that ticking as we go. We'll need to expand this nursery down as well because at the moment it's being supplied by the kitchen that's over here. But I anticipate that this will slowly get removed as we get on top of the incoming prison account. Speaking of the incoming prison account, we've got 32 more coming in. Is it time for another block? I feel like it probably is. Let's have a look here. How big are these ones? Let's see. That's going to be 12 by 57. And I reckon if we do the same... So we'll skip 2 again. Or should we skip 3? Give ourselves a little bit more breathing room. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm going to skip it though. I'll leave it at 2. It seems that 2 is okay. Maybe we can consider just rotating these guys and then having a door here for access into this corridor if we need it. And then we're going to have the same sort of subtly stretching system here. 1 less. Thank you. No, 1 less. Thank you. Good day. All right, cool. So that's where that new block is going to go. Before we do put that new block down, though, let's have a look at a couple of little bits of housekeeping that we need to take care of, right? For example, in this section here, I put down a door and then didn't like how it was rotated. So that needs to be replaced like that. We need another one over here on that one, like that. And then we need a staff door on each of these kitchens, as Discreet Shows pointed out in the comments, to stop the prisoners getting in there and stealing knives easily. Like, they'll still be able to get in there, obviously, and they'll be able to, like, grab, like they can go to work, but I don't want them to just be able to stroll in and help themselves. I think that's probably a good strat to just keep that separated, keep it safe, and make sure that we don't have too many problems. There should also be a little section here with another solitary door, which can be jacked open. Right, same as the rest of these. So we get all these airlocks starting to form. And the goal there is that we should then build a security office somewhere, probably down here, where we can put in some delightful little remote control door doobly-doos to make sure that those doors are open and closed automatically and not just jacked open like they currently are. Good. Okay. These guards... There was also the suggestion that maybe I should join those up and make them really huge, but I think they should be okay. And look, quite frankly, if they're not big enough, we could probably stretch them south a little bit. But because we're going to be adding more and more on, I kind of want to just keep them growing as we go. What have we got? 48, 37, and 51 minimum security. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that all told. Right. So, with 2 hours to go, let's have a look at a few other things here. Visitation rights, we could probably do that. Governmental security ratings. Dog handlers, armed guards, we could probably do that. And you know what? Let's have a look at cell block D. Get it to 200. We're at 132 right now. I think we can probably get that underway as well. So, with 32 prisoners on board shortly, let's get ourselves set up with... another concrete building that can be this entire stretch, right? Bonk like that. And then what we can do is just to get us underway, we can plonk that there. I won't bother putting one here, but I'll plonk that there, and that way we can build this block out and then connect it up. That way our workers can, like, you know, just get that underway. We've got these family cells mostly completed, which is, I mean, good, but we do need to seal those off so that they can actually be used. So there you go, 1, 2. So there's our 4 new family cells for the existing girls that we have stuck in reception. And all we need to do is, once these guys have been shuffled out and popped into their cells, we'll need to double back and check the new, oh dear. Okay, inbound deliveries, potential problem. Slight problem, there are lots of bits of concrete being delivered, and all of my workers are probably going to be out chopping down trees for the next 7 million years or so. So this might cause a delivery backlog that is going to then lead to a delay in the delivery of new prisoners, which could cause some problems. So what we'll do is just get a fresh delivery room, which is here. We'll plop it across the road. We're going to just say, look, guys, it's just concrete. Plop it there for us. And, you know, we'll come out and grab that later on when we're ready to go. We'll speed things up a bit too. There we go. Go up to level 2. Good. Excellent. Paroles underway. We've got Jay here. How you doing, Jay? 58%? You ain't getting out, mate. Carter, what about you? 2%, maybe. And 12%. Oh, okay. We've got some good targets here. We've got some good likelihoods of people being paroled. This one is actually addicted to some kind of a drug. Cocaine. There you go. 59%. So maybe not a good chance. Cadwell, pardon me, 29%. Maybe. You might get actually let out. So let's see what we can do about starting to get these numbers dropping down a little bit. Although before that occurs, this is going to happen where we're going to get another 32. So 13, what was it? Oh, okay. Well, the next one's 13, 11, and 8. I don't know what this one was, but here they come. They're going to get stuck behind a whole bunch of steel and concrete, but that's okay. We can hopefully bring them in relatively quickly once this building completes out. It is going to be delayed by removing these trees, but hopefully it shouldn't take them too long to shuffle through all of that. And these are still getting stalled. Man. It's funny, you know, I was the most concerned about... Hang on, guys. We're just going to jack that open for you. Lock open. Lovely. I was most concerned about the idea of having only 20 regular guards, but I think it's the amount of workers that we have that is actually limiting us the most. It seems to be the most problematic of things. Okay, so... let's ignore that for the time being. This is going to take care of itself momentarily. The rest of the girls are going to get shoveled into the holding cell temporarily, and then we can worry about them for there. I wonder, now that I look at it, oh my god, 21,000 for early prisoner release. My goodness me, that is a goodly number. I am super happy with that. Extremely happy. Okay, well... that it seems that the parole farm is already doing its thing, which is fantastic. Another 3,000's come through. I mean, how many has that taken now? Okay, yeah, right. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. That's really great. Cool. So, what I was just thinking is, like, I'm looking at this sort of influx of prisoners, and thankfully these guys haven't been dropped off yet. They're just still waiting on the bus. Buses, I should say. I wonder if, once that new cell block gets built out, like, my ideal goal would be, hey, there's 32 prisoners coming in, that's fine, because a half of one of these blocks is empty and ready to take prisoners, right? That's where I want to get to. That's my target. But, before that happens, maybe I should consider extending this holding cell, and the shower, and the kitchen, and the canteen, and the yard, so that these, like, are stretched up to here-ish. The intention behind that would be, it'd give me that buffer for incoming prisoners. And I think that's not a bad idea. Maybe extend the reception as well. Because they all do get shuffled in there, and the quicker we get them into here and then into here, the better off we are, all told. right? And then once they're all in there, then we can shuffle them into actual cells and then move on from there. I think that might not be a bad... Wait a second. We've got some shenanigans. Should we... Do we need riot cops? Could you two hop down here, please? Just to here. Okay, and you. Just get in there. Make sure that things aren't going too badly. Alright. Alright, we've got some problems. We are going to bring the riot police in. And some paramedics. So riot cops into here. And then the paramedics can just wait outside for a moment. And we can deal with any carnage that may occur. We're up to 2 deaths. Alright, come on guys. We need you to settle down, please. This is not the sort of situation we like in our prison. Oh my god. All of this stuff is going to require repair now. Alright. So, a bunch of damage. Medics, in you go. Patch everyone up for me. I think the riot cops can probably be released. Our medics are doing their thing as well to try and treat any injured guards that have toddled about. But the paramedics can go through and just dust up these guys. Make sure they're okay. Oh, dearie me. Okay, so, you know what? New extended holding cell, good idea. New prisoners coming online, it's probably... Oh my god. Alright. Okay, repairs. This cell block, these family cells, these are all things to worry about. Let's just have a quick look, though, at needs. How are we doing need-wise? Privacy is not great, because we're putting in dormitories everywhere, which isn't the best. Drugs, alcohol, spirituality, literature, and luxuries are currently all relatively high, but not super bad. Not super bad. Recreation could stand to be a bit lower, and I think we can probably achieve that relatively easily. Relatively easily. Okay, watch this. Because when they're done eating, what we're going to do, just to help, like, push that a little bit harder, we're going to get ourselves... let's get a couple of big TVs. One in each side of these canteens, right? One here and one here. And the theory goes is that when these get put in, they're going to have a good bloom out over these benches. And so these ladies that are just sort of milling about at the moment and being upset and being bored, they're going to have stuff to do. So they can actually sit down and watch a bit of TV. In order to go even further, let's get ourselves a toilet shower drain combo on the other side of the phone booths. Just to help them. Just to give them so when they have had a bit of food, if they do need a shower or a poo or a pee, they've got the wherewithal to be able to achieve that. Yeah? It seems to me that that's a good idea. Okay. Oh, nope, that's in the wrong place. Oh, poo. I cancelled the drain too. Okay, get that there. Let's get ourselves that drain put back. We'll have a couple of toilets. Boom, boom. Bang, shalang. And we need some utilities to take care of that. Thankfully, we do have... Where are we going to need to go? Here. And then here. Across to there. And then on this side, it's going to be... That'll already be hooked up. And then on this side, we can just bring that straight across to there. And that should take care of those quite nicely. Hopefully there's going to be enough chooch left in this water boiler here. But I guess we'll find out momentarily. And these new family cells here need to be brought online as well. So we'll just... we'll do like that. These toilets are run separately, so we do need a small pipe for those. These ones we don't, but I run them anyway, just in case. Like, you might need cold water up there at some point. Who knows? We'll see how we go. Right. A bit more power. We can just keep that running up the corridor as we go along. And let's have a look at our new intake. There's a lot of new ladies here. I can't see a huge amount. There's Ellison here that's got a baby. But so far, it's not too bad. I think that should probably sort us out quite nicely in here. But I'll just have to... Once we get the girls in, I'll have to double check that and make sure that that's going to be okay. This here foundation is still slowly being built out, which is fine. And remote doors are starting to become more and more of a thing. that are going to be necessary to think about in the not too distant future. Right, why is that flashing? Oh, the pipes haven't been built yet. Okay, great. Good. Right, lots of solitary in use. We may need to consider, and by may need, I think I'm going to extend that. Are there any waiting for solitary? 6 waiting. Okay, great. So yeah, we do need some more solitary. Doc, you can get out of there, mate. There you go. We do need some more solitary, and we do need remote doors on the solitary cells, remote doors on the central cells, remote doors on here. Man, it's starting to become a real critical problem now. These girls need their clothing sorted out. They need some drugs. I can't help you with that. I'm sorry. How are these ones doing? Where are they? They're not in the yard. Are they in this friggin' yard? Oh my giddy aunt. Why aren't you using the new yard that I made for you guys? I made this lovely yard down here with the intention of it being a singular block. Alright, how many of each type do we have? 57, 56, 44, and 0. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Protective custody is something that we're going to work towards, but this next block is going to be the beginning of us having segregated blocks for each security level. Unfortunately, because of the number of prisoners that we currently have, it's going to mean that, well, all of these 3 blocks are going to be chock-a-block right from the get-go, and we're going to need to build 3 more straight away, but that's not a huge problem. We can do that. We just need to, like, get a whole bunch of money to make that happen. So, here we go. We're going to build this out like this, build that like that, and then it's going to be min-sec, medium-sec, max-sec, and then as 3 new blocks come online, we're going to shift them across. So there will be 2 min-sec at the front, 2 medium-sec here, and max-sec right down the tail end. So they're further away, and there's more doors for maximum security to get through on their way towards the terribly insecure front door that probably requires replacement, but that's okay. We'll get to that when we get to that. Okay, so this block still underway. These cells, they look like, well, this one has been occupied because I can see the door has been closed here. So that looks like it's happening. And then, oh God, this shared area. All right, shared area needs to be thought about. I need to ponder what I'm going to do with it. I mean, it's really valuable to have a holding cell as an overflow buffer for prisoners that I can't put into the main cell areas straight up. But having this yard here is a problem. It is a bit of a problem. So it's something I need to ponder. All right. Where are we here? Visitation rights. Build a visitation room, common room, pool table, 2 TVs, and 5 phone booths. Do I have to build a common room? I really kind of don't want to, but I suppose on each of these blocks I could put it on the top as a cap room, because we've got a cleaning cupboard and a laundry, and this one seems to be operating, which is nice. These girls in here do seem to be being supplied with fresh clothing, so that seems to be working actually quite well. Maybe not as efficiently as it could. These ones, not so much. Okay, they're not getting done, and that's because this is occurring. And laundry baskets are unable to be unloaded. The laundry may be too small to meet the demand. Well, that's fine. We can have a look at this. We can hook up some power into that bad boy, and then maybe get some... Does this need hot or... Oh, I see. It's got a large pipe. Let's do the same here. And let's just cross our fingers that that doesn't cause us some grief in the future. I bet you it will. But we do need to get the power, the water all the way up there. If memory serves, I actually need to put that into the machine itself, don't I? Because it doesn't work if it's just touching. It has to be fully pushed in. All right. This, however, while it's functioning correctly right now, will start to become a problem momentarily. Right? It's going to be enough to probably supply 1 more block, potentially. We'll have to see what happens when this laundry machine comes online. And we can, actually, we'll just max this out. And we'll see what happens to the power level at that point. But it's going to be, like, if we look at our power network, we've built it all on 1 grid so far. So we're going to have to start segregating these grids. And, I mean, having these pumping stations halfway in between kind of does stuff that a little bit. Theoretically, what I could do could be to pop one of these guys at the cap of each building, like up here, and feed a single power link into each building so that it is a standalone self-contained power circuit per building, and then have like a sort of a break around each of these. So like this cell block can power that one, and this cell block can power that one, and so on and so forth. That's what we can think about doing. But it's not exactly something that we need to super stress about just yet, because this one's still got 3 or 4 bars remaining. So it's fine. For the time being, it's okay. It'll get us there. It'll get us there. As long as, you know what, let's speed things up. We'll go up to 3 speed here. We'll get some more paroles underway, which is lovely. But we've got 14 hours before this next blob comes through. And this foundation is still slowly taking its time to get completed. This here, plumbing and power for these cells, still coming online. Again, just not quite enough workmen to get everything done. I wonder what is the best way to get around this, right? Because, well, the concern that I have... Oh, I see the pipes. It's the pipes. We're still not getting these pipes online. The concern that I have is I do need to do these bulk builds, but only having 10 workmen means that when I try and do these bulk builds, they're just all... Okay, so here we go. Let's see if today, because we've got these big blooms of television here, they cross over a little bit, but that's fine. But they should... When prisoners are sitting here and they've finished eating, they should immediately then... I'll max this one out as well. They should immediately then go, oh, okay, well, I'll just watch television for a bit, right? It should help us to get through this sort of central period without them getting way too bored by just being locked in. And it is quite tight in these rooms, but it's just big enough. It's just big enough. This person is, what is it? Sophia. I'm not going to try and pronounce her surname. Okwekmi? Okwekim. Okay, great. She's taking a shower. Charlie Moss is taking a shower as well. This is great. This is doing exactly what I want it to do. It's, evidently we could potentially do with a few more. We could potentially do with a few more showers in here, but you know what? This is the best that I can hope for at this particular point in time. And we can, we can push on with other things later on and see what we can do. Are you guys watching TV? Yes. No? No. Okay, we are at least getting 1 or 2 people that are getting a bit of TV, and hopefully, needs-wise, recreation? Yes, please. Excellent. So that's helping to keep that under control. Comfort, yeah, not bad. Food, okay, we've still got a bit of eating going on. We've got 91% of prisoners getting fed. And then privacy is the only other thing that's really a problem. But at this stage, there's not a super huge amount. Until we start to sort of maybe potentially find an equilibrium between the incoming prisoners and the paroled prisoners, where we're like paroling more than are coming in, but I mean that the likelihood of that is low. Until we find that equilibrium and then turn these dormitories back into individual cells, well, I think this is just going to be something that we kind of have to deal with, where the girls are just going to be, what's up, mate? You need some sleep? Okay, well, I mean, there's not much I can do about that for you. It is, okay, it's 9:20. We will get you into a cell momentarily, and you know what, I think, just to be on the safe side, let's quick build out a couple more of these, just so that we've got them ticking along, and then we'll come back after that and start looking into cell block D. Is it D? C? Cell block D, which is going to be our next big block over the other side. Another 64 prisoners that are going to go in here. As soon as the trees are the limiting factor here, right? They're the thing that's causing us to choke a little bit when we're putting these in. And just trying to keep on top of all of the other repairs and little bits and pieces that we're deploying throughout the prison. That's the thing that's sort of causing us a bit of strain and slowdown. There's not much we can do about that. Okay, back up to 2. We've got some more paroles going online, which is pretty good. I didn't think that the media have moved on to something else, and the bill banning weights benches from the yards has been repealed. Feel free to reinstall them if you wish. I certainly do wish, Mayor Calvin. I certainly do. My lovely ladies here love a bit of iron pumping action. There was a great point that came up in the comments, and I'm sorry, I didn't make a note of who said that I should do this, but they said, don't worry about deconstructing them, which is what I did. They said that the easiest way is if you go into rooms and then you just de-zone that strip. There you go. It's no longer, going to contain those weights benches. It does actually break this being a yard, though, now that I look at it. But it's okay. It's a great suggestion, though. Like, that's a nice way of thinking outside the box. Because, I mean, the standard logic for me is, okay, well, I'll just deconstruct them and then I'm done. And that's it. That's all I need to do. But, yeah, that idea of de-zoning to get them done, it's good. That's a nice different way to think about it. Some toilets? Let's get some toilets out in the yard. We'll make them toilet shower combos as well. Just so we can get the most out of it. Get some drains out here as well. Is there anything else out here that we can think of that we'd need? I mean, look, some lights out here would be delightful. Just to make things a little bit more pleasant. And easy to, see what's happening. During the nighttime. Not that anything's going to be happening during the nighttime. These guys go like that. Let's get some piping out here to get these hooked up. And that will potentially run down to there. We'll have to find out. I doubt it will. We may have to put in another boiler. Yeah, we probably will. We probably will. But we can tag that onto the end of this building or like in here-ish and use that to feed the bottom ends of these buildings. I think that should be fine. Ooh, speaking of boilers, let's do a quick sweep and look at our temperature. Aha, see? This is a bit of a problem. Our temperature across the board, so 18 in here is not bad. The kitchens are cold at the moment because, well, they're not cooking anything right now. But for the most, yeah, see, we've got some heat problems. We do need another radiator or two at the top end of these blocks to keep things chooching along nicely. Let's get a couple in, just so that we don't stumble into any problems down the line. Where did I put this one? About there? About there. I'm going to pop another one in up the top here as well. Actually, you know what? I'll put it one notch further down. Oh, Warden, you just... Uh-oh. Oh, that's not what I wanted to see. Okay, a water pipe has burst and is flooding the area. Fix it before the damage becomes too severe. And a fire has started in the kitchen. Okay. Right, here's the fire. That's not good. We don't need a radiator anymore. Where is the water pipe flooding occurring? Up here. Fantastic. So, first of all, that's easy to fix, right? That just needs a new pipe section there. We don't need to worry about that too much. This, on the other hand, why didn't I put friggin' sprinklers into my kitchen? Anyone? Can anyone tell me? Every single time that I play this goddamn game, I say, I better not forget those sprinklers in the kitchen, or why did I not do that? And here we are, in exactly the same situation as that we always are, where a fire's broken out in the kitchen, and I have to call in the fire engines and just hope and pray that they're going to be able to deal with this without destroying half of my goddamn prison. But thus is the nature of how I manage to do things, right? It's alright. They are taking care of it relatively quickly. We'll get these guys down to here. Is there fire out there as well? Okay, I didn't think so. Alright. So that looks like it's taken care of that rather nicely. As a forward planning measure, because we are going to clone these guys up a little bit, so let's get our sprinklers in. There we go. We're going to have one there as well, just to help out. 1, 2, 3. We probably don't need 3, But, just to be on the safe side, let's get some pipes set up to make that so. Are there small pipes down here? Shit, there's not. Okay, is that going to reach if I hook it up to there? Let's hope and pray. And then same goes big nose here. And we can do that like that. And that. And you know what? That can hook into that grid there. But I am going to put a link up to here as well. Secondary links are always good with your sprinklers. Just to be on the safe side, right? Because if you do lose one of those links when the fire first breaks out, then you are up a certain body of water without a certain implement. So best to double it up, just to be on the safe side. We've lost a wall here. Fireys, you can go home, thank you. We've lost a wall here which can be replaced, like so. And I reckon we could probably pop a door onto these bottom sections. Still haven't quite figured out what to do with them yet, but that's okay. Alright, so we've tidied up the canteens a little bit to make them a little bit more recreationally friendly. We've gotten ourselves at least some more progress going on here. This pipe evidently has been done, but we're just mopping up the remains here. We don't need all of those radiators. One will do, thank you kindly. And has it actually been fixed? No. Large pipe. Go, 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 go. I want this to not be like these girls are all sploshing about, getting water all over. I mean, it's a good thing we have these drains in here, just to soak up a little bit of it, but it is still rather sploshy in these cells at the moment, which is not the best, I have to say. I don't think I would be terribly thrilled with that, and I don't think nor would you. So, alright, well look, 5 hours to go. We've got to get this new cell block online before the next block of prisoners come in. I think our idea of putting everyone into their own cell blocks is gonna... Maybe that was reaching too far. That's going to take a little while to get to. But at least we can get a third cell block online to help take up the slack of the new prisoners that are coming in. And sort of help to empty this out. And oh my goodness me. It's literally just construction speed at the moment is what's choking us up. And all of these deliveries. So we're going to have to deal with this in a more logical way going forward. With the 10 workmen that we are allowed as per the challenge. If only there was a way that we could have, like, more efficient workmen, or something to that effect. Or, like, give them wheelbarrows or something like that. I'm not sure. I don't think there's really any way that we can improve it, but, anyway. Alright, so friends, I guess we'll deal with this bad boy next time. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you then.